You know, I have served this country almost my entire life. I took my first oath to the Constitution when I was a teenager. I served for almost 10 years in the Navy. I served at the U.S. Attorney's Office and again as a member of Congress. And I am telling you as I stand here today, I do not recognize what's going on in Washington, D.C. And I am telling you, I have said this at several conventions, and at that time I was talking about just the Republican Party. But I stand here furious to see the abdication of responsibility and governance right now going on. Yeah. And you know, my grandfather was a fighter. He's a World War II veteran and a UAW member, and he would be rolling over in his grave right now if he saw what is happening in this nation. And so I am not going to stand for it. That's not how I was raised. It's not how I was trained. And because many of you were there in my first campaign, many of you know that the worst thing you can do in the Navy is to run a ship aground. And you know that on the bridge of that ship, there are people that knew it was going to run aground and they said nothing because they were afraid of the commanding officer. Because they put their own self-interest ahead of the ship and its crew because they were cowards. And we are seeing that now. We are seeing cowards in Washington again and again and again. And I have to tell you, that's not who we are in Morris County. And I have something to say for people who are cowards. Stay out of New Jersey. Stay out of New Jersey. Stay out of Morris County, because in 2025, there is going to be a reckoning in this state. There is going to be a reckoning, and it will be felt across our state and across our country, because this is not who we are, this is not what we want for our children, and this is not what we want for our state. And I see people like Jack Ciattarelli and Bill Spadia, and they are fighting tooth and nail to be the bigger yes man for Donald Trump and his unelected billionaire friend Elon Musk. And they are saying nothing as Medicaid is being taken away from children and seniors. They are saying nothing as we are failing to invest in clean and cheap power and our utility rates go up. They are saying nothing with this tariff war against Canada, the world's dumbest trade war. That's not my words, that's the Wall Street Journal. They are saying nothing as our housing costs go up. Again and again and again, they are saying nothing as our rights and freedoms are being trampled on. That's not who we are in Morris County. That's not who we are in New Jersey. And so when I think about what we have to do, I think about what we've done. I think about what we built in 2018. I think about NJ11 for change. Again and again and again, just going on Fridays with Frelinghuysen as the crowds grew, just asking for a town hall. Who could say no? Just saying, we want to meet with our representative. What a thought. And then they said, you were paid protesters. So you brought your kids. You brought your parents. Again and again and again. And the change was made. And so I decided, wow, something is going on here, something special. And as I watch in Washington in Trump's first administration, as he attacks everything I love, I thought, I'm going to run for Congress. And do you know what I was told when I said I wanted to run for Congress in NJ11? I was told, you should run in NJ7. That's not a good idea. I was told, you can't win. That there is an entrenched Republican. You know, when I go to Newark, I say, have you guys ever seen Frelinghuysen Avenue? And everybody says yes. And I say, yeah, it's that Frelinghuysen. That's who was in office. For 20 plus years, I was told, you can't beat him. He's the chairman of appropriations. You simply can't do it. And yet I could feel what was going on here. And so I decided to run. And because of the support of so many people in this room, hours and hours of knocking on doors and speaking to your neighbors, hard work, we were able to create the largest red to blue flip in the entire nation. And so then we got to work, because that's when the real work began. Making sure we were delivering for families. Desilting and desnagging the Whippany River so people didn't have to see a constant sense of flooding again and again and again. Working with the Mental Health Association of Morris and Essex counties so we could take care of our kids in the aftermath of COVID. Working hard to provide fire trucks, which are so much more expensive than you guys would anticipate. Making sure that we were delivering on the key needs of towns across New Jersey so that when I got in and was told, you know what, welcome, maybe in 20 years you can get something done, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm in a Trump district. I may not be here in 2 years. And so by my second term, I was rated the most effective member from New Jersey. So I know about half the field right now in this race has never even run against a tough Republican challenger. But you guys know what that takes. And we know how to build the kind of race that's going to take on a tough Republican challenger and make sure we don't just win, we win big. And that's important because this is going to be a shot across the bow of Donald Trump, showing the Republican Party just what we stand for in New Jersey. So I'm going to be the kind of governor that builds houses so that your kids can stay here, so that your parents can afford to retire here. I'm going to be the kind of governor that fixes our broken healthcare system so getting sick in this state isn't a one-way ticket from the middle class into poverty. I'm going to invest in clean, cheap power like community solar to make sure that our utility bills don't constantly go up. This is what we can build in this state. And I know I can do it because of all of you, because this is where it all started. This is where everyone saw that spark and didn't give up when we were told that the 11th District of New Jersey was unflippable. This is where it all started, and I want to thank each and every one of you. So thank you so much for all of your support over the years. I hope I can continue to count on it now, because the chips are down, but we never give up here. And we're going to make sure that we see change in the future. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.